Welcome to All Things Mycology, and thank you for joining me today. Today, I am preparing for a project where consistency is going to be key. One of the main factors for achieving this is using agar punches to do my transfer size. And I got some pretty cool things that I thought of that we can use these cork borers into agar punches. So after searching the web, I was not able to find a set of agar punches unless it was like two together. There would be like a small one and a big one sold together, and I wanted to have more options. So I ended up purchasing these, and that's another thing. If you wanted those different sizes, you'd have to buy all individual ones. And you're going to be spending hundreds of dollars. So these only cost me, I think, like $15 or something like that. $10-15. A few months back, I was on a live that Edward Grand was hosting. It was one of his live streams. And one of the subjects on it was from a post that Humble Bruce posted to his Facebook, and his experience with transfer size and low and high nutrient agar. After the live was over, I went to Facebook and read the post and realized I was already admiring a lot of his work, because he does a lot of work with the agar and his genetics. So that got me thinking that I need to be consistent with my sizes when I do my transfers in this project, because I'm going to be doing high nutrient plates, low nutrient plates. We're going to have treated plates, untreated plates. We're going to have haploids and dicaryons. And if I was, for say, transfer a couple plates that size, transfer a couple plates that size, mix a couple, we wouldn't have consistent results. And that's where this idea came in. We're going to be modifying a set of cork borers to agar punches. And so I thought about using my grinder. I thought about using my sawzall. But I was looking at, see, something I didn't really cut. They're really cheap. But when you look at any of the agar punches or leather punches or cork punches, they have this little taper. And if I was going to use my sawzall cut-off wheel, I would lose that taper. And I think that taper is going to be very important. So when we press into our agar, I think once you remove the sample, if it wasn't tapered, it had a possibility of just falling right out. So I think what's going to happen is we'll do our punch in the agar, and once the agar gets up into the tip here, it's going to relax. So it's going to hold it. And so the way I figured out how we're going to do this is since there's different sizes, we're going to start with the big one. So we punch our agar, we got our sample, and then we take our next smallest size and then push it out on a plate. So like this one here would push out that one. This one would be a plunger for that one. So that will give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different sizes. So we'll start down here first on a small, and then we'll taper. We'll cut. Actually, I don't even think we need to. Look at that one's. We don't even need to cut that one. So this would be the one we need to cut. The third one. So we gotta cut the third one. So the one that is being used for the push rod needs to be pretty much flush. And then we gotta trim this one for this one, because we can't cut any more off that, because then it would make it off pair for this one. So we'll see. Let's cut it. So put a pipe in the roller, between the rollers. Ooh, I don't know. Well, we're pretty much on all the rollers, on both the rollers. You can see we're just. These are our guide wheels. That's our cutting wheel. So turning our agar punch, we'll turn a little bit and then tighten a little bit, turn a little bit, tighten a little bit. And I think it's going to give me that taper we're looking for. I'll move it over a little bit more. I'm going to line it up before I even start cutting. So I just tighten a little bit, turn a little bit. Trying to keep it square. Ooh, I think we just got. There we go. We got that taper. So let's see how our push rod works. Oh, that's going to be enough to push transfer out. So we could, now that we got two of them, you could like go to an agar plate, punch a hole, remove it, take the smaller one, punch it transfer, put it in the hole, sterilize the bigger one, or even go to like the next size up and make a like trap door method. Yeah, I like this idea. So now we got that one. We gotta cut the next one. Oh, we gotta take a lot out of that one, which I don't mind, 'cause I think it's easier to take more out of it. Since I have this one to cut and 3 more and they're all done the same way basically, we'll skip to the last one. I don't know, this one's making me nervous that I cut it too short. Oh, man, they're right on the money. I have to do a little fine adjustments with it. Another thing I could have done, I just could have cut them all flat, even. Yeah. I don't think it went that bad. So I got an idea. Open up our alcohol. So let's have a little fun. From our great white monster cross. So this is our spore drop. And look at that. So each one of these has the potential to be a haploid, except for like these ones, because you see like that dot, that dot. So these ones are mated. This area is mated. But we got these little tiny ones. And as long as you don't see a halo around them touching, you might get yourself a haploid or monocaryon. So let's give it a try. We'll do a couple standard and try our agar punch. So there's our spore drop plate. There's 3 low nutrient and 3 high nutrient. That should give us plenty. Next, we're going to do a high and a low. Sterilize a couple scalpels. Scalpel holders. Look at that. So, let's see if we can, you know what? I bet you if we backlit, give us more of a view. There's a lot of opportunities on this plate. Some of them are so small. This is one of the reasons why I really like the spore drop method. You're not going to get any tissue. The mushroom cap does the inoculation. Just drop them on the plate. The first plate is 2 saturated with spores. Just change out the plates and eventually you'll end up with bigger gaps. So I'm going to take this whole one over here. I'm going to cut just outside of its halo. So I don't disrupt the hyphal ends. I didn't want to reach over it. Like those 2 right there are mated. That's mated. A lot of mating going on in there, up there. But that's curious. What is that?
Now seeing it again, I'm pretty sure it's a yeast cell from me.
Not sure what that is right there.
Probably came from my arm when adding the cap to the container.
Let's transfer it out. As long as it's not touching anything. No, there's nothing touching it. We're gonna put it on a low. Let's put that right aside. All right. Maybe if I stand up, I can do this better. I want this one right here. So we'll set these down below in their own pile. Let's try our agar punches. So which ones do we want? Let's take a look at our sizes. So we can use the smallest one. And a solid plunger. I want these guys would stand by themselves. Pretty good. So we're going to have to sterilize it. Changing the temper. You can watch it going right down the handle. So that's screaming hot. And for doing this specific work, you're going to take a lot of extra steps than what I just showed you. The basic way to
Using the scalpel.
transfer your sample. Because each time you do a transfer with your punches, you got to re-sterilize them. And then you got to wait for them to cool down. Maybe this might put some magnetism into it. Yeah, it's hot all the way down the handle. Well, since we're going to have to wait for them, we'll do a couple more. So now we just got to wait for those to cool down. Normally during the cool down, that's when I will wrap and set my plates. But I'm going to label them since they're all the same. I'm going to put these all together in like a 6-quart shoebox because I like labeling from the bottom. I don't want to flip it over and try and get a feel. I think it's cool enough. So let's see how this works. Which one do we want? Let's go to that one right there. See if I can hold the plate. Oh, I'm liking this. Look at that. I can hold it. We'll put our plunger in. And then, let's see. Oh, I can lift up and hold my oh. Let's try it. Give it a shot. I'm going to have to set it down so I can stabilize my hand. Oh, Look at that. Well, you can't. Let's get us a dikaryotic suture plate. So we take our small one, put it in our big one. And let's go for some. I get two at we could do. Let's see if we can get those two at. Oh, let's see if we can get two at the same time, just by themselves. I was going to grab that one up there, but there's some spores that haven't germinated yet. Oh, there's an isolation right there. Let's see if we can get those two together right there. I lost where they were. Right, there they are. So you gotta kind of like turn it, must be. So it must be the bigger size. So I'm already learning. Might need a thicker agar mix. So let's try the small one again and see if we have the same problem. We're going to transfer out that sample we just tried punching. Oh, it was a really thin pore. So that's going to be our dye carry on. Double check. We're going to put a D on this one. Puts by itself. H on this one. So already we're learning the depth of your pour is going to affect your agar punch and the consistency. So maybe run a little more agar in the recipe so it's a little bit more firmer. So we're definitely going to work on that. And you know, this is the whole idea. Let's weed out these problems before we get arms deep into our experiment. Now let's see if we have a problem with our punch. I don't know if there's thicker and thinner spots. Over here is thinner. Over here is thicker. So let's go back over here and see if we can get us another isolation. Really want that one right there on the rim. So we're gonna go for this one. We picked it up. Didn't have it ready though. Oh, I already did that one. So this is our last one. So we got a lot of little projects that we can do now. We can mess with transfer sizes. I'm kind of excited. So my next step is I'm going to make another Agar run. I'll do a video, and we're going to revisit this before we jump into our big experiment. So I think I learned a few things today. Let me know if you did. And our Agar punch set will keep right on evolving. So I'll end it here today. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell so you're informed. And thank you for watching.